How's it going, everybody? My name is Jack Wilton, and this is my week 4 video. The prompt I gave ChatGPT this week was, what are some ways that a website can keep users in their enclosure without invading their users' privacy? And this is just a glimpse, going a little bit more in depth here in a second. All right, starting back here. Section 1, high quality content and services. This section has some good information on an effective method that web services can use to retain members. I like how it kind of how it tells you by providing a great user experience, these users will be naturally be inclined to stay with your website. Because I mean, again, it's kind of just this is kind of just regurgitating what it kind of it's just telling me what I want to hear. Because obviously, the higher quality content and services you have, the more likely people will be willing to stay with you. Section 2, personalizations and recommendations. This section was a little bit confusing to me because in order to offer these personalized recommendations, you would have to collect some data from the user, which could be kind of seen as a privacy issue. But other than that, I kind of I understand what they're saying and like how it could keep people in the enclosure. So I mean, it was a decent suggestion, but to me, again, just it kind of crosses the line into a privacy issue a little bit too much for me. Section 3, interactive features and community building. This section is good, and it clearly gives a strategy that can be carried out, and also gives possible outcomes of what this could do for your website. Like for example, building an active and vibrant community can increase user loyalty and encourage them to remain in your website's enclosure. And I just think giving some reasoning behind what these things could do just really kind of helps tie in the point together. Section 4, gamification elements. This section has some pretty good information in it, along with some good reasoning. But I think that this method really could only work for certain industries. Like, not everybody can, have a leaderboard. Not every industry needs a leaderboard on their website. There's also really, there's not really a leaderboard for who can, pay their bills on time or whatever. I feel like just that really wouldn't be a good method. But it doesn't infringe on privacy really in any way, which is what I wanted. All right. Section 5, regular updates and fresh content. I think that this section is really good. To me, it seems like probably one of the better sections that I've seen so far. It fits the prompt very well. It gives good examples and follows up with reasoning as to why this method can help keep users. Because everybody's always looking for the newest stuff. So if you're constantly giving out new news updates and all that stuff, then people are going to be way more inclined to stay than if you have news articles up from last week. Section 6, exclusive features or benefits. This section contains a good amount of information as well as good examples of ways that you could use this to implement these features, into your website. Although I do think that this method really wouldn't help keep users attracted, so to say, just because I know putting up a paywall will, in some cases, cause more people to leave. So I really don't know if this is the most helpful strategy, but I could see why it could be a helpful strategy if used correctly. Section 7, responsive and mobile-friendly design. This is a good method for the prompt. Ensuring that your website will be user-friendly on all devices is a great way for websites to keep their users happy and coming back, because if your website runs great on the computer and they go back on to try to use it on the computer or on their phone, and they can't log in or pay their bills, then they might try to find a different competitor who can offer that. Section 8, social media integration. This is another good section. I think that this method also fits in well with the prompt and could really help bring in new people to the website along with keeping old ones. Because it is, again, the social media integration. I think this is a good idea. I mean, I use them on, on TikTok and Snapchat and stuff, sending stuff to my friends. So I think this is a great method to, more not keep members, but more get new members and convince them to stay with the other methods that you'll put in place. Overall, the output this week was able to give me some really good methods on keeping users in a website's enclosure without stepping on their toes or getting too much in their privacy. Although the outputs did not talk about privacy specifically, they did a good job of giving me examples where you wouldn't really have to even dive into their privacy at all. But yeah, that's it for this week, and see you guys next week.